Hi, I'm James Houston, Director of Maintenance here at Garner Trucking, and we're going to run a quick series of videos on how to gain fuel mileage. The driver is the most important part of gaining fuel mileage. I think everybody is aware of that, but they're maybe not sure quite how to go about it. So in this series, we're going to cover 5 different things that will help you improve your fuel mileage. The number 5 most important thing that a driver can do to gain miles per gallon is pre- and post-trip inspections. Now you ask, what does that have to do with MPG? Tires. Tires are part of your pre- and post-trip inspection. It's very important that your tires are kept up to top pressure, or to proper pressure. The drives should have 100 pounds in them. You want 110 in the steers. A low tire causes excess drag, which causes you miles per gallon. So make sure you're checking your tires on not only the tractor, but the trailer as well. You should check them every time you start a trip and every time you finish a trip. Way number 4 that you can help gain fuel mileage is the use of the throttle in the truck. If you're constantly just slamming the pedal to the floor every time you take off, it is going to cause you fuel mileage. We understand that the auto shift transmissions will control your takeoff to some degree, but you still don't have to just smash the pedal to the floor every time. Ease into the throttle, slowly accelerate the truck, and that will be a very important way to help gain fuel mileage, controlling the use of the throttle. Way number 3 to help gain fuel mileage, usage of the cruise control. We are able to track in these tractors how much time you spend in top gear, in high gear. And an average is around 70%. If you are running 70% of the time in high gear, we want you to get as close as you possibly can to that mark with the cruise control. So if you have 70% top gear time, we'd love to see 70% cruise control time. Now realistically, we know that that's not going to happen very often. Road conditions, high traffic, winter months, slippery roads where you can't use the cruise control safely. We understand it's not going to be a 100% thing, but the more you use the cruise control, the more fuel mileage that you will gain, even if it's in small increments, and you will help to save fuel by using the cruise control as much as you can. We know there are a few of you out there that don't like to use the cruise control, but we really urge you to try it. Once you get used to it, it's much easier. You don't have to worry about your speed all the time. You know what your speed is. It will help you gain momentum going up hills. So please try to use the cruise control, again, as much as possible. The number 2 most important thing you can do to gain MPG is the usage of the APU. You want to use this thing as much as you can. You should never idle the truck. You don't have to idle these trucks to warm them up. I know there's an old school thought out there that you have to run them for run the trucks 5 minutes before you take off. That's no longer true with the newer equipment. You can start the truck up. Once you've got air pressure and oil pressure, you're good to go. Anytime you stop, you want to get into the habit, you set the brakes and you turn the truck off. Just boom, boom, every time. If it's hot outside and you need to be cool in the cab, start the APU and run the air conditioner. If it's cold outside, same thing. Shut the truck off, run the APU, and you'll stay warm in the truck. Not only does the APU keep you warm in the winter, it also keeps the engine warm. So you don't have to worry about no starts because it's cold outside. So again, number 2, run your APU as much as possible and do not idle the truck. And now the number 1 way you can increase your MPG. It's probably going to be the least popular, but it's also the most effective, and that is to slow down. If you are going to go on a 100-mile trip at 65 versus 60 miles an hour, you're talking 8 extra minutes at 60 miles an hour to go 100 miles. In the grand scheme of things, generally that doesn't make too much difference, There are going to be those occasions where it makes all the difference. It makes the difference between being late and being on time. But when you've got the time, if you can plan and plan properly, that extra 8 minutes doesn't mean much. And by slowing down to 60 miles an hour, you're going to gain at least half to 3/4 of a mile to the gallon. When you go from 65 to 70, that goes up to almost a full mile to the gallon. So I know we allow the trucks to do 68. If you need it, that's what it's there for, but don't use it if you don't need to. It all takes extra fuel to go faster. Thank you.